I have a question. Do you think it's wrong to make a living or profit financially from New Age or spirituality, creating a spiritual business in the world?
That is a very good question. I'm not here to judge anyone as being right or wrong for the choices they make or for what they do in society. I can only speak from my own understanding of things. I consciously chose not to allow my ambition, my business mental programming that I've learned like everybody else in the world, to interfere with my heart, my soul's pure intentions. To me, spirituality is interchangeable with unconditional love. It's synonymous with love. That is genuine compassion for everyone equally. It's giving from the place of the spirit for its own sake. Nothing could be added to this, nothing could be taken from that. It's pure. In that divine state of being, you see everyone as yourself, literally. And there are absolutely no conditions placed on helping or assisting somebody in their growth and their healing on their spiritual path. It's kind of like the Good Samaritan. There's no charges or fees for doing something out of the kindness of yourself, your being. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And what I mean by that is, by all means, have a job in the world, pay your taxes, go out for walks, enjoy the ball game, do all the physical activities and things that you normally do in the world. That's the physical part of yourself. But this is about the spiritual aspect of yourself that we're speaking of. In other words, spiritually being in the world, but not of it. You can't be spiritually in the world and of the world. Through spirituality, spiritual love, you will come to realize that there are no hidden motives or agendas. There's no need or desire to exploit others. All you're doing is bringing the light to the dark. It's making the unhealed, suffering collective unconscious conscious, giving them the power and the ability within themselves to overcome all obstacles that block them from self. If there was any way that I could kind of make an example of how this works, it's kind of like selfless volunteer work. There's no strings attached to this. It's done in private, but it can't be organized. You can't capitalize it. It is all one fundamental consciousness. Like air, it's free and belongs to everyone. It's not exclusive only to those who have money. I see it as it's all inclusive. At the deepest level, it is who and what we really are. Consciousness is not a commodity. I know it sounds ridiculous to think that it is, to think that love is a commodity. We all know deep down inside, love cannot be sold. It cannot be reduced to a saleable object. Only the ambitious mind is interested in turning truth, love, and genuine compassion into a superficial thing. Something to be packaged and priced and sold at the marketplace. This is done with one hand out to give to another. And at the same time, the other hand is out to take something from them. It is giving in order to receive. It's like a trade bargain. We do this within relationships, within business. We do this in anything that we think that if we're going to do something for somebody, we expect something back in return from them. Money, unfortunately, has become the goal, the condition that we give ourselves spiritually to another, hence spiritual business. If you make conditions out of selfless, compassionate service to others, you become not only a burden to yourself, but also to others. I use this term as ego spirituality, because the ego can morph itself even to becoming or appearing to be spiritual. And ego spirituality is not pure. It always has some self-motive or personal agenda. what's in it for me kind of attitude, no matter how altruistic or innocent or positive it may appear. Pure spiritual love is selflessness. Can you imagine spiritual love hankering for attention or praise or craving financial rewards for its virtue? Spiritual love is a joyous state of being. It's abundant in nature, beyond measure, beyond what the mind can comprehend. It's what some would say godly love or divine love. And it is here simply to give, to share. People are using the same competitive business marketing tactics and strategies and formulas to sell spirituality, and they justify this profiteering industry in any way possible. They would be defensive anytime it's brought up in regards to what spirituality really means, and it's above and beyond the price in the marketplace. Some people even come disguised in the name of non-profit, accepting tax-free donations. They will say that money is a form of energy. It's part of social awareness, so in that way they justify the propagation of spiritual business and that it's not bad. You know what? Everything is a form of energy, and everything comes from consciousness or source. And that includes money, that includes weapons, that includes everything that you see that harms you and that helps you. So it's important to be able to establish, it's about making that proper discernment to what things are necessary for. Spirituality and money is like oil and water. In the pure dimension of divine love, there's just no space for excuses or justifications, period. In the worldly sense, hey, like arithmetic, if you have $2 and I give you $1, I would have $1 less. I lose something out of giving something to you. But in the spiritual realm, it's diametrically the opposite. When you give from your spiritual heart freely, you create more abundance, more love energy. It belongs to no one in particular, and no one could lose by giving love. A candlelight does not lose its light by lighting another candle. The luminescence just increases more. Do not buy or give into the credence of those who promote and sell themselves in the spiritual community on the level of form. It will undoubtedly distract our minds from the formless eternal source of love or consciousness itself.